Hi guys, so I'm going to start this video with just a couple of review problems from stuff we did in the last chapter. So these three, the first two actually, want you to graph the line. The third one we're actually going to write the equation given the line. So this first guy, let's first recognize that this is written in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So our m, which is our slope, is a -2, and our b, which is our y-intercept, is an 8. We start up at 8, and then we go down to right 1, down to right 1, connect. Okay? Now this guy, this is not in slope-intercept form. So what we've done in the past is we've solved it for y so that we can get it into slope-intercept form. So to do that, we would, since it's a -3x, we would add 3x to the other side. Then to finish getting y by itself, we would divide every piece by 8 and simplify it all if you can. So 3 over 8 does not reduce or simplify, so leave that as 3 over 8x plus 3. So my m is 3/8 and my b is 3. So I start at my y-intercept of 3. Now my slope is 3/8, so let's go up 3, right 8. Now you could also go down 3 and then left 8 to get an additional point. Okay. Now this one, I want us to write the equation in slope-intercept form given the graph. So our b, or our y-intercept, is a -3. And then let's count the slope. So let's find another place where it crosses evenly. So here, so we would go up 2, right 1. So my slope would be 2 over 1. So my equation would be y equals m is 2x, or 2 over 1x, and then my b is a -3. So those are all things that we did in the last unit. So we're going to take this a little bit further for a couple days. Now, I'm not going to do all of the examples here, but in this file, we're going to learn about something called standard form. Standard form is a different form. So we know that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. Okay? Now, what you see basically is the x and y are on the same side of the equation, and then it equals some c, which is a number. So actually, these are in standard form already. These couple examples that you see here, we just want to get them into slope-intercept form. Well, we've been doing this for a while, so that's why I'm only going to do 1 or 2 of them, and if you want to try it on other 2, you totally can. So to solve this for y, first I would subtract 4x. Now, don't lose the negative that's with that y. These don't combine because this has an x and this does not. So -4x plus 12. Now, y is still not by itself. Technically, there's a -1 here. So let's divide everything by a -1. So y equals 4x minus 12. So we just took this from standard form and put it into slope-intercept form. So let's do another one. So subtract 3x from both sides because our goal is to get y by itself. So 2y equals -3x plus 8. And I always put the x part before the number just so it kind of fits the slope-intercept form of mx plus b. And then let's divide by 2. So y equals -3 x, and then that reduces to 4. If you want to push pause and try the other two, I'll put the answers here if you want to check yourself. That should be that one. And that should be that one. Okay? All right, now this is the key new thing that we're going to learn. How to put something into standard form. So if it starts in slope-intercept form and we want to get it into standard form. So once again, standard form is ax plus by equals c. Now the key thing is the x and y are on the same side of the equation. The constant or just the numbers by itself on the other side. But a, b, and c must be integers. This is important. No decimals or fractions. Okay? So the first thing we want to do is we want to move the mx term, so the piece with the slope, to the other side so that x and y are on the same side. Okay? Then if there are any fractional terms, we want to multiply by the least common denominator, the LCD, to get rid of it. And you'll see what I mean when we go through a problem here. So let's first start with this guy. So we got to move this piece so we can get x and y on the same side. So it's a positive 4/7 x, so let's subtract 4/7. Okay? So I have a negative 4/7 x plus y equals 3. So I have x and y on the same side and just the number by itself on the other side. Now, no decimals or fractions. So since this has a 7 in the denominator, to knock it out or get rid of it, we would multiply 3 by 7. But you can't just multiply that piece. You have to multiply every single piece by 7 on both sides of the equation. So, and you can totally use a calculator for this if you want to, but if you take 7 times negative 4/7 x, you'll just be left with a negative 4x. Like I said, you can take a calculator and you can take 7 times negative 4/7 and you should get negative 4. Don't forget the x's with it as well. So then 7 times technically a 1y would just be a 7y equals, and then 7 times 3 would be 21. And we're done. We have ax plus by equals c. So a, b, and c are filled in with whole numbers. Okay, let's try another one. I don't want to do that one. Let's try this one. So once again, we got to get x and y on the same side. So since that's a negative 1/2 x, I'm going to add 1/2 x to the other side. So I have 1/2 x plus y equals 2. So I got x and y on the same side. Now I just got to get rid of any fractions. So look at your denominators if you have any or wherever they are. So to get rid of this, we need to multiply everything by a 2. So if I take 2 times 1/2, I would just get 1x. And you can use a calculator to do that if you need to. If I take 2 times a 1y, I have 2y. And 2 times 2 equals 4. Once again, I'm good to go. As long as you have x and y on the same side and no fractions or decimals, you got it into standard form. All right, let's try one more. So since this is a negative 2x, I'm going to add 2x to the other side. So I have 2x plus y equals, don't lose the negative in front of that 3. So once again, we do have a fraction here, so to multiply, or excuse me, to get rid of it, we would multiply by 2 every piece. So this would be 4x plus 2y equals negative 3. Okay. From here, there's some practice in here, which I will put a key in, and then there's a practice quiz and a graded assignment for it. Now, the practice quiz and graded assignment are very similar, but there's 2 where you have to write the equation given the graph, like I did in the warm-up. There's 2 where you need to go from slope-intercept form to standard form, so what I just taught you, okay? And then there's 2 where you need to go from standard form to slope-intercept form. So we've been doing that for a while, okay? I will have office hours next Tuesday if anybody needs help. So I know I wrote in the plan that this is going to be due Monday at 3, but if you find that you're struggling or you need any help with any parts of this, please just reach out and we can work on it Tuesday during office hours. All right, I hope you guys are doing well. Have a good one.